Hunting season is all about prep, managing your property, pre-season scouting. And while any trail camera can give you images, only the Moultrie Edge 2 and Edge 2 Pro cell cams give you tactical intel. Simple to set up and easy to use, the Edge series auto-connects to all 4 major cell networks. And through the Game Plan feature, you'll get deer movement forecasting through localized weather and trail camera data. See more details on the new Edge 2 cell cams at moultriemobile.com.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Stacking Pennies, presented by Mobile One, right here in Grant Park in downtown Chicago. I'm joined by my good buddy, Mr. Ryan Flores, front tire changer on the 17th place qualifier. We're just talking about it. He got me at the end.
I didn't do anything, but it's fun to brag.
That is
because that's what you told me. Where were we, Sonoma? You said, "Smoked your ass." I said, well, "All right."
Got me by a little bit today. This is my socks have been knocked off. Not literally, but figuratively knocked off. Land here, drive in, and just the entire city is almost revolving around this NASCAR race, street race this weekend.
Dude, have you ever been down here before?
No.
This is my first. I came down here when we ran Chicagoland once, like after. That was back when the garages were open for like 12 hours, and you maybe had like a 2-hour window to do something before you got no sleep at night. But yeah, coming down here and just seeing. I walked from our hotel to here, stopped at, is it Giordano's?
I don't know.
Pizza.
I'm not a deep dish guy.
We watched practice there. They have thin crust.
Okay, might have to hit that up.
It needs to be a little bit more crispy.
I'll tell you what.
For it extra done.
The pizza at the NASCAR party last night was pretty good.
NASCAR knows out there. How was it?
It was pretty good. Not many drivers showed up, though. I'm always confused by that.
I don't get it.
No. Do drivers not like
not all of them work for NASCAR doing a podcast, though, so that might be the reason.
That is fair. I don't know. I just would come for the free drinks and food, man.
But
pretty good deal.
Yeah, the way it's set up, I mean, Julie Geesey's track record, pun intended.
Yeah.
Right? It's pretty good when you look at Phoenix and Daytona, but then you come here and, I think it's always kind of worrisome when you do something for the first time, but
I can't believe they pulled it off.
I can.
Full transparency. Like, holy moly. Like, look at how many streets are shut down, and it's actually like a pretty racy track.
And people are like excited about it.
Yeah.
Right? It's not like people are like, this is dumb. Like, it's one of the coolest things I've ever been a part of. I told everybody this is my 17th year travel, and I think this is one of the most excited times I've been coming to an event to get to, just be a part of it. But take me around the racetrack. Let's talk about the most important part.
Ooh. So there's more new asphalt than what everybody anticipated, right? So we spent a lot of time on the simulator, and it was kind of a guess because as guys were simming, and we've been on the sim 3 different blocks of probably 4 hours of trying to just figure out sight lines and apexes and things like that.
How close was it?
Pretty close.
Really?
You don't get the track just content like you do here in real life, and also I tell people all the time, you don't get the pucker factor in the simulation like you do in real life. Because in the sim, you can like do what Chase Elliott did today, and then you just hit restart button, and then you get a brand new car and go. But now, the entire 9 cars having to build a backup car and start from the back, and it just makes your whole day uphill. So. I was slightly down. We were 7th in practice.
They busted a lap off there late.
Put tires on there. So I'll take you for a lap. Front straightaway, brand new asphalt. You can get pretty far into the braking zone there, and it's just an odd thing to where obviously you have walls on both sides now, but you're literally looking straight at the wall.
Yeah.
And you're going 150 miles an hour, right? And you just know that okay, this is my brake marker. And I know if I use 800 pounds of brake pressure for about a second and a half, I can make this 90-degree corner. So you make the corner, hopefully, and you go. There's a little short straightaway. You grab second gear, then you go back to first real quick. There's a right-hand corner that's kind of off-cambered. So it's easy to lose rear grip there.
So what corner is that?
That's 2.
That's 2. Okay.
Yep. So you've got to kind of keep some brake loaded in it. And then you also want to get a big run off that corner because that's the back straightaway. So long straightaway, you can go up a lot of time if you don't get off turn 2 well. And then a lot of courage needed to go from turn 3 to turn 4.
Did you make it through turn 4?
every time.
Because when you came over when they first did on iRacing, you didn't get through there once.
Oh, I got really good at the first 4 corners and then just crashed.
That was it.
Turn 4 every single time. So
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't do that. But there's a big transition from concrete to asphalt, then back to concrete. There
Into 4?
Into 4, and the car's bouncing up and down. It's on the bump stops. Tires are coming off the ground, so you're kind of modulating the brake to keep from smoking the tires.
Yeah.
You saw AJ have a big lockup moment there in qualifying, and you just have very minimal room for error.
Does it shoot the car one way or the other if you hit the bumps wrong on the brake?
Yeah, if you hit the brakes and you've got like left front load in it, it's gonna bounce it up that way. If you hit it with the right front load, it's gonna go the other way. So
Yeah.
just trying to hit it square was something that was a gain. Also, a lot of speed to be had there, but that is one of the places on the track where the risk versus reward, right? Because you can really we saw how many cars wreck in practice? 47, 31, 2, the 9 wrecked in qualifying.
You have the 4 car wrecked in qualifying.
The 38 had some suspension damage. He didn't qualify. Like 6 guys.
The 4 car.
4 car.
Yeah.
So those guys' day tomorrow is that much harder starting shotgun on the field. And man, when you lay a lap like Denny did, that is on the razor edge of crashing or being the guy that's holding the Busch Light pole award flag, right? So I saw him because at the time he was on track during his lap. Shane Van, our guest on Stacking Pennies this week, Shane Van Gisbergen, was on the pole.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're not going to let this this Kiwi come in here on our soil and take our pole positions.
Then he passed him and said, "For America."
Yeah, so I passed him on the way over here, and he was in a suit, just took the picture. I'm like, for the U.S. of A. He liked that. So
so you come out, so you go through 4, sketchy braking zone, 5, 6, 7, 8 is...
So there's 5 is the right-hander that goes onto the straightaway. It's super wide there, but that's probably the oldest asphalt or concrete on the track. So you can almost 4-wheel slide out to the outside wall. You saw a couple of guys getting to the outside wall. And then it's just a half-mile drag race down the back straightaway into 6. And there's a lot of content in the racetrack. And you go to the very point of what you think you can make it. And the brake markers is about – so if you see the brake markers, it's 8, 7, 6, on down to 1. And it seems like guys are around that 500 to 600 foot mark. And guys that want to go a little bit more and try to push it can get maybe past the 5, but I found myself right around that 500 marker.
So with that straightaway being that long, does that make, that risk versus reward in the 4 and 5, coming to the longest straightaway, how much do you give up there to gain or maximize your straightaway speed?
Yeah, you can give up a little bit. I think the biggest gain is to be had into 4. So it seems like a lot of guys are kind of shortcutting that and charging it head on.
Do you get back to the gas in between 4 and 5?
I don't know what I do. My feet are working. My brain's not really connected to it.
Just try not to crash at that point.
Like, so then you get through 6, and out of 6 has got a lot of grip over the first bridge, and it's got some choppy bumps back there. And then you go into 7, which is the narrowest part of the racetrack. That it literally feels like you're 1 car width wide. So if you're side by side with somebody, or you can put somebody in a bad spot there tomorrow by rolling out to the right recorder, and they got to concede to you or not, you just
into
stick them
7?
in the fence. Yeah. I think your biggest braking zones or your biggest passing zones are into 4 after that long straightaway, as well as in between 1 and 2. I think you can get position on somebody there.
2 to 8 is sketchy, and then it looks like it's going to be even worse because what the 9 car did is he was chasing the 91 and
shortcut it.
Yeah, just kind of shortcut it and clipped that fence and then just went straight. And it looks like that's what the 47 did. There was a lot of tire marks kind of on that entrance to 8, and you really pay the price. Often, I don't know if
well,
the exit.
If you hit it, it instantly shoots you the other way. And what I'm worried about tomorrow, and it's just the nature of the beast, is if you catch that right front on that wall, or somebody right in front of you catches that wall and hits the outside fence and stops, like you're piling into them.
Yeah.
So you almost have to be a parent of if the guy in front of you, not only if you're going to make the corner, but if the guy in front of you is going to make the corner, because you have to check up a lot more if that guy's in the fence, obviously. So there's a couple blind corners. The carousel's kind of fun.
That's my favorite part, where
Up
they're
the
tilting the
hill.
left front.
Yeah, and it's all kind of bowed over, and there's a flat spot. You can kind of bounce the thing loose. And then probably one of the sketchier parts is 9. So it's like a right kink after that carousel, and it takes maximum commitment through that corner. You saw that's where Shane Van Gisbergen, he made up some time there.
Yeah.
But you have to – it's got some grip, so it's just how much you want to go get. And I think that there's more to get tomorrow. And, man, it's just such a different style of racing. It's pretty cool to see our big, heavy, loud cars ripping through the streets of Chicago.
Yeah, you said before we got on here, you qualified 18th. You said you felt like you could have been 11th.
Yeah, I mean,
what
I don't know
was
the
time difference there, do you know?
Like 2.5 tenths probably.
Where do you think you gave it up at?
So I didn't get to the line well, so I overcooked, 11, and the start-finish line is right after that, so I got off there slow. So I gave up like 2.5 tenths just in this straightaway right here, and then kind of maintained the rest. And then the other ones are just like a 0.5 tenth in those 2 or 3 areas where the risk is worth the reward. It's hard to really commit and put yourself in a bad spot, not quite trust it. That's where, the confidence continued to creep up. I'm getting better at road courses. So, yeah, it's pretty cool to be driving the old Celsius Camaro. I think our car's pretty good.
You're going to be in the hornet's nest the
literally
start of the
right
tomorrow,
smack in the hornet's nest. Man, my goals today were to get acclimated and qualify in the top 15. So I just felt like 15th was like the threshold of where there's a lot more give and take. And then as you get behind, 16th down to 20th back in there, it's like there's all take.
Yeah.
And you have to be super defensive the entire time, and you can put yourself in some bad spots, or those guys are putting you in bad spots as well. So it's going to be a challenge. It's almost like if you couldn't be in the first 4 rows, you want to be in the last 4 rows.
Yeah.
But
how much do you think you can take when it comes to racing, right? Because we saw those problems just in practice. Now you guys are actually going to be racing each other, right bumper to bumper, not be able to see exactly. If you get split down a little bit, that's a toe link or that's your day.
It doesn't take much. It depends, I think, who you're racing. Because if you're racing somebody that you generally don't like, you can put that guy in a bad spot and make him lift, or vice versa. So I'm curious what the aggression level and what the respect level is going to be tomorrow.
It's not going to be any different than any other time.
No.
I don't know why I'd be curious about it.
That is true. So there's going to be probably no respect, and if there's a spot or asphalt to be filled, somebody's going to fill it. And I think it's going to be super important to be defensive and maintain track position. And, man, it's just super cool to be part of this event, man. Obviously, you want to run good, you want to be competitive, and you want to win. But it's almost like I said this morning on Sirius. It's like you're watching. We're all reading the first page of a new chapter in NASCAR, what the future looks like, and opportunities to come here and potentially take street races all over now that we know this concept works. And I think collectively, whether you're a competitor or whether you're a fan, we all have won from the weekend of the effort of NASCAR and the financial investment they had. So it's going to be I think the hard part's already happened. Now the easy part's just rifling this thing off for 100 laps and letting it eat.
Yeah, I'm going to be selfish for a moment.
What?
Let's do some boats and woes talk here. What do you think about pit road?
Pit road's fairly large.
It felt fine. Looks fine to me.
Yeah.
I mean, pit boxes are Dover, Charlotte size.
Yeah.
Not many openings.
So the I think it's 5 feet wider than Gateway is what I heard.
Gateway's the sketchiest pit road we go to.
Yeah.
Indy is like, okay, you know what you're going to get, but it's kind of drawn out. Gateway is not just because of the narrowness of it, but because of the pit road speed.
Yeah.
Right? It's 45, so you're doing 50 there. Pit road speed here is 35, so you're doing 40. A little bit of raindrops.
A little bit of raindrops. Going to spice up that Xfinity race a little bit.
How bad is so pit road should be a non-issue tomorrow. Backward stops. We'll see who. The big thing to look for if you're watching on TV, which jackmen run around the back of the car,
is that going to be
which
a thing?
jackmen run around the front of the car. Yeah, I think. It depends on your strategy. If you're going for the fastest pit stop you can do, you'd send your jackman around the back of the car to keep them kind of running the same way they always do. But if you're trying to maximize fuel load, that's going to definitely hurt your shuttle time in between cans. So it'd be interesting to see who kind of goes for speed and who goes for...
I'm confused. Why would you not go in front like a normal pit stop?
Because it's faster for the Jackman to run around the back of the car.
Is it?
Yes, they run that.
Then why don't you do that every week?
Because you don't park in the pit box backwards every week, Corey.
I still don't get it.
I'll show you. I'll show you on film when we leave
I don't
here.
believe you.
But that's one thing to look out for. If it rains tomorrow, how bad is Shane Vangesbergen going to make everybody
my
look?
goodness. It's going to be. I mean, nobody in there might be 2 or 3 guys here that have had rain experience, particularly at a street course.
Yeah,
and,
as much as he has.
Yeah, and you want to stay off the paint. There's obviously all the crosswalks, all the painted lines in the center of the road.
Do you feel
have to stay
grip
off
change there?
Yeah.
Have you felt it today?
The paint has big grip in the dry.
Yeah.
But it's going to have the exact opposite, and even more so, less grip in the
Is
wet.
is the paint taking rubber?
Yeah.
So you slide, hit it, straightens you out.
Oh, dude, this is gonna be big
I
for
love
these
this.
guys.
Good luck to the Xfinity guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy watching it for sure. I'm glad I'm not one of the ones doing it.
Talk about SVG a little bit. So we had him on this week.
Yeah.
We talked about that Project 91 car and how he's probably the guy that has the best chance so far in it. Not saying anything about Kimmy or anybody else that's been in it, but being an active guy and a champion of kind of the series that these cars resemble the most in Australia. How do you think he shakes out in the race?
Him being as fast as he is and being qualifying third,
Are you
doesn't
surprised?
surprise me. It surprises
Zero.
me zero.
I think that
Because
I'm not surprised that he has the speed, but the thing that I'm taken back by is it's easy to have the speed, but the execution, right?
Yeah.
By Darian, by everybody there, it's okay, this guy's a real deal.
Well, we know Trackhouse's road course cars are particularly good, right? They make a lot of grip, and they've already run 2 road courses last year with Daniel and Ross.
Freaking
So
Toyotas are so fast right now, though.
they're good, and I mean, dude, Reddick's turned into a really good road racer as well. But SVG, he if it rains a little bit tomorrow, I don't know what the weather looks like, but did anybody watch his in-car camera? Did you watch his in-car
I watched
camera?
his feet, and I was
Like I would
damn.
subscribe to an OnlyFans of SGV's
Oh, geez.
feet.
Getting a
Like
little weird now.
give me some of that.
But
I'd pay $19.99 a month to watch that.
Is he just doing the clutch because that's what he's used to?
I don't know. I think he just does it to look cool because it looks really cool.
He's, from what I was taken back by, is he's not on the gas a ton. Like he looks like he's rolling speed quite a bit more than everybody else.
Yeah.
Kind of jabs the brake as he rolls. This is the guy you probably need to ask right here, PJ. He's been taking care of him all weekend.
He's been babysitting him.
But yeah, I'm super excited about the weekend, and I'm pumped for you.
I'm pumped for me too. I'm trying to keep that.
I
Thing
hope
up
that you stay 2 spots close to us, so when every time we come down pit road and I wax that ass, I can just
you ain't
wave
waxing
to you.
that
Like,
ass.
hey man,
I'm gonna pass you
racetracks out
first
there.
lap, bro.
No.
Yeah, I'm passing you first lap.
Chuck,
First
what else
one.
you got?
Got any penny for your thoughts? Question. Hey, we got to go take a picture because I walked from here to the hotel, staying at a Blue Green Vacations hotel, Hotel Blake, and about 3 blocks this way and about 2 blocks that way, there's a wall that says "Penny for your thoughts," painted on it.
Really?
Yeah. Pigemont, how we doing? Nice shade.
Jacob, it's fashionable as always.
Yes. Got the big dogs rolling in.
So
now.
who's your pick? Let's hear it.
Who's my pick? Denny's gonna be tough starting on the pole.
Well, he started on the pole in Sonoma. Martin worked on his car.
Where did Martin qualify?
I don't know. He's in the.
I just
he's in
think
the top
that-
10, but
I think Denny is super calculated, and this place fits him because he's super precise and accurate. And if he has control of the race all day and doesn't chase it, I think he could be in good shape.
I'm going for the upset. I'm going with Vangesbergen.
Oh my goodness!
I don't. I want to see it, but I don't.
Homer.
Right? He's a
You
homer.
homer.
Yeah, he's got the shirt on and everything. But yeah, I mean that'd be good. That'd be the old
Dude, that would be huge
stacking
news.
pennies. Good luck.
It would be. I feel like it's like the kiss of luck. Like we're like good luck Chuck for people on stacking pennies.
There he is.
Chuck, I know is good luck. We got some penny for your thoughts questions. Turn them up. Fire away. Yeah,
Well,
we
Flores?
we've garnered a bit of an audience here. Pigeman Rashidi, hit me.
Chase at the end. What do you think? Like, was that a bit too much, too risky?
I don't know. He had a rabbit, right? He was chasing SVG, and he was on a pole lap, and that's what helps me anyways at a place like this is just to have a rabbit to kind of gauge where you're giving up time or how to gain time. I could assure you, in hindsight, 2020 is definitely too much now because now they're building a backup car and they got to start shotgun on the field.
I think he might have just been watching the 91 though and
Missed
took
it.
for granted because you got to think that he's turning right, which we're not used to, and he just clipped that inside wall in the 8, which we saw guys do by themselves. So then you give something that you're focused on out in front, you're not really watching right here. You clip that, and there's zero room for error there with how fast you're going. We talked about that before. And yeah, definitely looking back at it now.
That's interesting, too. It's way easier to judge your left front tire where it's at versus your right front tire.
Yeah.
So, long day ahead of the Chase Elliott in the 9 for tomorrow.
Awesome.
Give me a question, Chuck. I know you got something brewing in there.
What question do I have? I've got so many. I don't know.
Me neither.
I've got so many brewing just because of what, getting around this place. You have the speed on that back straight. I think the big thing, we talked to some of the spotters earlier this morning. What did you guys learn, like communication-wise, that you want from your team to kind of get you through and let you know what's going on?
Oh, dude, my thing is just like keep the word we use on road courses is tidy. Just keep it tidy. Get like firm braking zones. Get into the corner hard. Don't overcook it. Don't spin your tires. Don't blow through your minimum speed in the middle of the corner. So be tidy is the word on the 7 radio tomorrow.
I think it's easy to say that when we go to like Sonoma or Watkins Glen because you say, keep it between the mayonnaise and the mustard. But here,
you
got
two mayonnaises, man.
Yep. Or you just,
both
got
two really hard.
Concrete walls.
Yeah.
So you keep the toe links on it because if you have to pit for a toe link, your day is done.
Well, it was interesting. Like we fired off practice, and you just find yourself rolling off the brake a little bit too much, and you get through the corner, you're like, oh no. And I had a couple instances like, oh shoot, like you got to slow this thing way down. And just the approach, the mentality you approach it's so different, and it's been fun. It's been a challenge, and I'm excited to see where we stack up tomorrow.
Serious question we talk about every week, how aggressive everybody is. What percentage are you driving at tomorrow? Are you going 75% when the rag drops? Are you going 110%? What does that look like?
I'm going to go about 92%.
Really?
Yeah.
That's great. You should go 93.
So I think that you have to give yourself a little bit of like an escape route to where if somebody plugs it in the fence in front of you, you're not to the maximum capability of the tire to where if you need to wheel or you need to turn it away from it, you can't get it. So I think just staying on the tire a little bit is going to be key.
What
but
corner's
there's
the
also
first crashing?
4 is going to be dicey, bro.
Yeah.
4 is going to be dicey. And you want to be the guy that's on the right. You do not want to be the guy that's on the left. I can promise you.
Well, cool.
Anything else? We got some Xfinity cars fired up, Chuck, right? Let's wrap this thing up because I want to see what these cats do. Appreciate you guys tuning in, just hanging around here for the TikTok. We're in the TikTok NASCAR. What is this? Content pod? Where are we at?
Content pod. That sounds good.
This. Yeah, it feels good. And this is Stacking Pennies, presented by Mobile One. Talk to you next week. What are you trying to tell me, Chuck?
Saying you could download it on
you can
any
download
of your
it,
favorite podcast
share, rate, review
apps.
it, do all the things. Tell your mom about us. Tell your next door neighbor about us. Go tune into Stacking Pennies. Presented by Mobile One. Talk to y'all next week. Tune in to NBC tomorrow for the Chicago Street Race right here.
See ya.
Bye.